All right. Okay, so let's begin with an introduction. So my name is Tin Huynh. I'm gonna talk over what is HIPAA and HIPAA in the age of ransomware. And anyone want to go next?
Hi, my name is Pitchapa and I'm doing the PCI DSS, which is Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard.
Hi, my name is Samson, and I'm going to be doing the Sarbanes-Oxley Act of 2002.
And then Amanda and Arasso.
My name's Amanda, and I can do the first half of the PCI DSS.
Then Arasso, which sections are you doing?
He says something about switching Wi-Fi, so that's probably it.
Wait, give him a second then.
For the PCI DSS, I'll read up to the second response, like the second mandatory safeguards, if that's okay.
Hey, sorry, my apartment Wi-Fi is really bad. I just got
You're good.
okay. I just
Um,
um.
and then okay, so we're still in the introduction. So if you can introduce your name and then which sections you'll be doing.
Hi, my name is Ararso, and I'll be talking about the PCI DSS slide.
Okay. Um, so Amanda is saying that she's gonna talk until the mandatory safeguard sections, right?
Yeah, I was gonna do until the first two, because though I believe those are the ones I wrote about, but I can also
Okay.
do the second half of a different slide. I don't really
Okay.
care.
So I think the three-person on this slide will be Amanda, Pichafa, I think, and then Araso. So why don't we like what let's divide the parts out just so that we know like what we're gonna talk about during the presentation. So Amanda's gonna do like from the first half of the slides, and then um how do you guys like want to divide the rest?
I wrote about encryption and security policy. Um, who's else on this slide?
Let's do this. One sec. Okay, so I'm gonna put like a footnote of where everybody can stop it so we know who's doing what. So Amanda, you can go into the incident response and
Hmm.
then Ichafa, like which sections do you want to go into? Encryption and security policy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those two. And then who added the why it matter?
I'm the one that added that.
Okay, so you're gonna talk about that. So
Yeah.
Amanda, are you talking about the purpose and also um the rest of the first three? I mean the first three, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Oh, okay, sound good. So I'll do the second, yeah, two of them. All right.
Okay, so does this look good? The stopping points for everything
Mhm.
is?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And then SOX, how many people is doing this?
Oh, just me.
Just you. Okay. Got it. Okay. So we should be good then. Okay, so let's begin. Um, our slides, our presentation is going to be on HIPAA, PCI DSS, and SOX. Um, And then, okay, so my name is Tin. I'm going to talk about what is HIPAA. So HIPAA stands for the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act of 1996. It is a federal law that protects privacy, security, and the integrity of a patient's health information. It applies to healthcare providers, insurers, clearinghouse, and also business associates. So the patient's rights under HIPAA is the rights to access their medical records, the rights to request corrections on their medical records if they believe some information is incorrect, the right to restrict disclosures of their medical information, and the right to receive an accounting of disclosures. So basically, like, they have the right to request a list of people who have access to their medical information, the right to confidential communication. So patients have the rights to request provider to talk with them over like a specific communication platform like email or something to prevent somebody that they don't want to have access to their medical information to have access to it. And then finally, they have the right to file a complaint if they believe any of the previous listed right is being violated. So when HIPAA is violated, usually there will be a fines ranging from $145 to $2 million, depending on the severity of the case. Criminal penalties will be applied for intentional misuse. And there will be a HIPAA breach notification will be required if breach affects more than 500 people. Um, and that will usually be done by the organization that is affected by the breach. They will have to reach out to the individuals that is affected and also report to the U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services or HSS without any unreasonable delay. So that usually like they will usually have to report within 60 days of them discovering the breach. Um, and when HIPAA violations happen, usually there will be a damage to the reputation of a company, and there will also be damage to the patient trust between that company and the patient. So HIPAA in the age of ransomware, which is our current society. So HIPAA today is no longer just about privacy, but also a critical security framework for operational survival. Um, Ransomware attacks are reportable HIPAA breaches because the encryption of electronic personal health information by an attackers will constitute unauthorized access and acquisition, which is against HIPAA's right. And under HIPAA, if data is encrypted and can't be proven to be inaccessible to attackers, it is counted as a reportable breach. Um, so HIPAA breaches will often cause severe multi-million dollar penalties, patient care disruption, and an increase in mortality rates. So in order to prevent these breaches, some safeguards that health providers company can take is risk analysis, access control, data backup, and also come up with like a plan to respond in case a breach does happens.
Hi, my name's Amanda, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about PCI DSS. The purpose of PCI DSS is to protect cardholder data, which then reduces credit card fraud. Some of the mandatory safeguards under risk analysis, conducting regular security checks to identify and fix vulnerabilities in networks, applications, and multiple different payment systems. Under access control, cardholder data is only accessible by authorized personnel systems and other trusted applications. And incident response have a clear thought out process on what to do if information is being stolen, such as stop the attack, notify everyone that's involved, and then fix the problem at hand.
Hi, my name is Pichapa. I'm going to talk about encryption and security policy under PCI DSS. So first, encryption's cardholder data must be encrypted both when it is stored and when it is transmitted over networks. This means that the information is converted into a secure code that cannot be easily read by unauthorized user. So even if someone intercept the data or gain access to the system, they won't be able to understand or use the information. Encryptions add extra layer of protection and payment detail safe. And second, security policy organizations are required to maintain and enforce a documented security policy for protecting cardholder data. This policy clearly explains the rule, procedure, and responsibility for handling sensitive information is ensure that employees understand how to properly protect cardholder data and follow consistent security practice across the organization. So I think together encryption and a strong security policy help make sure like payment information is handled safely and responsibly.
And finally, why it matters. So, like we covered, it protects sensitive cardholder data from breaches, and why that's matters is because it why that matters is because to prevent data breaches like that from happening, the standard requires organizations to implement safeguards such as encryptions, continuous monitoring, and strong access controls, which all work together to prevent attackers from stealing payment information. Secondly, it's also important because that PCI DSS compliance is required by major payment brands, and any organization that wants to accept and process credit card transactions must follow these standards. And failure to comply can result in penalties or even losing the ability to process payments altogether. And finally, it helps reduce both financial loss and reputational damage because of course when data breaches occur, organizations may face fines, legal consequences, and a loss of customer trust. By following these requirements, the businesses can better protect their customers and maintain their credibility.
Our last topic is the Sarbanes-Oxley Act of 2002. It's a federal law that was put into place to protect investors and prevent corporate fraud to increase the accuracy of financial transparency within companies to restore investor confidence within said whatever company. And it was created after major scandals like Enron. So why does this matter? It protects investors, so they're not just putting their money into said whatever company and then they don't even know what's happening to their money. It improves financial accuracy and then also prevents corporate scandals like the Enron one that happened. So this was put into place. Thank you.
I looked under the